Hello guys, and welcome to a new video. In this video I'll be showing you what I call Gun Survivor Classic Rebirth, which is basically kind of a quality of life and compatibility layer for the not so famous PC port of Gun Survivor. It's really horrendous and bad, and it's really a struggle to run it in a modern system. Let me just show you how it is without the fix that I'm working on, just to give you an idea of what it is like without the fix and with the fix. So for starters, you can just see the movies are cut in half. That is something I'm still working on fixing on. Even in my mod and my fix, basically the movies are not fixed yet, but this is something I'm working on. May and may not be able to finish that because I'm going through a rough time in my life right now. I'm struggling, so I would appreciate all the support that people can give me, and you can do that by accessing the link tree link I have below if you feel generous. If you don't feel like it, that's fine. This is going to be made public anyway. And as we can see here, without the fix, you can see how fast that the UI has been animated. And obviously, this is a frame rate issue, and we need some kind of limit to the frame rate to fix these issues. And in my fix, it's already possible to do that, since my Direct 3D 8 compatibility layer, which is a DLL file you just put in the directory of the program, it fixes that. Among other issues that it actually fixes as well includes the fact that you do not need to insert the disk for the game to be running. Like by default, you have to insert the game. Right now, if I start a new game, how it's not gonna let me into the game because I don't have the disk inserted. So my DLL fixes that problem.
In 1998, a disaster struck the quiet Midwestern residents of Raccoon City. An uncontrollable outbreak of the umbrella-created T-virus transformed the city into an inescapable death trap. To stop the outbreak from spreading, Umbrella Incorporated was forced to wipe out the entire city. However, this was not the only location where an outbreak occurred.
Now it's going to give me an error in Chinese, but it basically says that the disk is not inserted and it needs to be inserted for the game to work. My DLL removes the need to have the disk inserted, because why would you even have the disk inserted for a game that is so obscure, a port that many people don't know about? This port even. See, that says that the D drive is not located. It basically just looks for the executable on the D drive, and we basically spoofed that with the DLL. We restore the DLL here, and a bunch of things that I have done so far in this project is basically, I'm going to read you a list of fixes that I added. I removed the CD check, and I added the ability to play it in a windowed mode with showing the window border properly. Initially, this was an option to show the border or not, but now it's just part of the windowed mode, because obviously, logically, if you're going to run it in window mode, you want to show the border. I fixed the window title typo, which was Gun Survivor for some reason. I changed it to Resident Evil Survivor. I fixed the mouse aim alignment. Usually, the mouse was shown at the left part of the screen only, so if I go the furthest left, it's just gonna end at the middle, but it will be shooting here in the game. So I replaced the cursor immediately, and you can basically replace it with your own custom cursor as well. The only downside is that it stays on the screen forever, but we can have some kind of cooldown or whatever, just to make it hide if it's not being used for some time. That is something we can do, but that's very minimal and can be fixed easily. I also added various resolution options, so if you could just go to the INI file here, you can just have a force width and force height. 60 FPS is recommended because otherwise the doors will be going crazy, the UI will be going crazy, and usually those run just fine in 60 FPS. In game it is already forced to run at 29-30 FPS, so it's fine. You just want to have FPS limit to 1 or 2. Display FPS counter, if you want it, you can turn this off, setting it to 0. Force in windowed mode allows it to run in windowed mode. This centers it, and if you turn this to 1 while force windows mode is 1, it'll run basically in borderless full screen. And we're gonna try both of these, and this option also locks it to the screen, which is good. You don't want the mouse to drift outside the window because it's an FPS game. So let's play with the current settings and just show you how it looks right. As you can see, the title is correctly displayed. PC. Next I'll be working on fixing the shadows and hopefully hopefully fixing the movie player. As you can see, this is the new cursor right here. Try to make it more like the PS1 version, basically.
Resident Evil Survivor.
It's a really obscure port. I don't think a lot of people care about this, but
In
I was inspired by the classic Rebirth project, Gemini, and Mobile 3 basically.
An uncontrollable outbreak
why not
of the
do the same for this one?
Umbrella-created T-virus transformed the city into an inescapable death trap. To stop the outbreak from spreading, Umbrella Incorporated was forced to wipe out the entire city. However, this was not the only location where an outbreak occurred.
It's locked in the window, obviously, and you cannot move the mouse in doing these FMVs, so we can basically make it disappear when there is no input, and it's solved, basically. We can also add some kind of screen flashes and stuff like that, you know, when you shoot, kind of like simulating the gun con itself from the PS1. And this error right here is related to me trying to replace the shadows from using very sharp alpha for the shadows and blood pools. It needs to be pure black
I don't
for it to
remember
be considered transparency,
anything.
unlike the PS1,
Who am I?
which uses gradual blood like gradient for the shadow, and the blood is like a transparent gradient transparency. By the way, in the options menu you can change the control to WASD, so it's easier, but as you can see, shots are perfectly aligned, and we are running this at a custom resolution way above than what we are given.
You look familiar, but but I just can't remember.
This port is
Mark
infamous for
Thompson, huh?
broken AI, so
Though I can't remember
part of the
anything,
issues it has is that it's
I know
playing
that this was no
the
way for
liquor
anyone to die.
sounds, the liquor claw sounds for the zombies, but we just heard that zombie footstep sounds now, so they are definitely in the files, so this can be fixed. It was playing the right sound effect for the scene, which was in game, by the way, which is surprising because this has more FMVs recorded of engine and turned into FMVs more than the Kids 1 version, apparently. I think for the elevator and other scenes. But you can see how shooting is fine now. But the blood looks ridiculous, worse than the original, because as you can see, I'm trying to make it transparent and I'm still working on this, trying to figure this out. I'm using a translation by some guy. I forgot his name, but I will put the link to his mod in the description, which you can use in combination with this DLL fix. So which path to take? Let's take this path, for example. That's the shadowy blood pool area, which will be gone once I upload the job. Just this in the movie player and then the footstep sounds, and we have something from broken, we turn something from broken to working, and that's something to be proud about, I guess. Probably gonna open source this at some point. I hope. So others can contribute to the fix. But yeah, it's actually cool that this crappy broken game is actually using a more modern graphic API. Believe it or not, this uses Direct 3D8 as opposed to Direct Draw, which is what Resident 1, 2, 3C versions use. And with classic rebirth, you can just make them run on Direct 3D9, which is good. But here, don't really need to do this unless the shadows and the blood pools and the looks like the NPCs and the zombies and everybody else and the characters have lighting in them. So if this was because of Direct 3D8, then we'll have to change it to Direct 3D9. But these are very simple issues now. Just need to get the game properly working with a modern settings menu, basically. That should be more than enough for a good start. I'll leave you with some gameplay. If the shots are misaligned or something, you just aim at the corners and it will be realigned. Hello, Mimi. It's a really good translation job, honestly. But I think with PNG support, instead, adding the ability to use PNG with PNG or WebP texture formats is gonna give us better transparency for icons and text and stuff. So this is a possibility as well. I just need to get the transparency correctly, like full actual transparency. This is not my fault. This is how the sport is originally, and I don't know if I can fix this in the future or not. But if people want to continue that, they can do that. If I were to release the source code editor. But yeah, at least it's playable. It's playing the wrong animation for the dogs. It's playing the animations for the dogs when they are sleeping instead of when they are dead. So you're gonna see a lot of oddities like this in this port, like Tyrant T103 models. They do a pose when you're shooting them, like John Cena's "You Can't See Me." It's kind of like that. This is very, very funny. But it's playable. That's what matters now. Taking this from non-playable to playable. One step at a time. وصلحنا درستش کردیم ما عدلنا. Sorry, I'm just speaking Arabic and Farsi and just explaining to people what I'm doing here. فأنا قاعد أعدل هاي نسخة الكمبيوتر لResident Evil Survivor.
Wait. Am I Vincent?
Vincent, you are a murderer. A murderer.
A murderer? What are you talking about? Answer me. Who did I kill?
خیلی ها نمیدونن که ورژن کامپیوتر داریم از این بازی ویدیویی Resident Evil، ولی ما داریم و همچنین که داریم میبینید شما ما داریم درستش میکنیم بعدين نعدلها. والحلو في هاي اللعبة سواء نسخة البلاي ستيشن أو البي سي اللي فيها أماكن وايد مختلفة. It has I like how the branching paths in this game is just like Resident Evil 3, but instead of live selections it's about where you go. يعني بجاي إنك انتخاب بکنی مثل Resident Evil 3 در این بازی ویدیویی این برانچینگ ستوری که داره داستانی که متفرع میشه ربطی دارد به راه هایی که تو داره میری، یعنی از کدوم راه میرفتی. مثلا میتونم برم در بیمارستان، یا میتونم برم تو کلیسا، یا میتونم برم تو دیسکو، میتونم برم تو ارکید. You can go to many places in this game and it just branches. You can take different ways. I've maybe this is the first time I entered the hospital, believe it or not. I've never entered the hospital in Survivor before. Holy crap, I've never been here. I swear, this is the first Resident Evil game I owned on the PlayStation 1. Because my brother, who is my full brother from both of my parents, because I have siblings on the father's side from his first marriage and siblings on the mother's side from my first marriage as well. My mother's side brothers, all brothers, not a single daughter. My mother never had a daughter. They're all of a Persian father, and I'm mixed. So I look like the second son of hers from their first marriage, and my brother looked like the first. But I have thing common with the oldest brother from my mother's side is that he likes Resident Evil, I like Resident Evil. They wanted to give us that. I remember the first 3 games when my brother refused, and this was the only one I managed to have, so I have a lot of fun memories with this game, which is why I decided to do this fix. So I think that's about it, guys. I will leave you for another time until I have more updates to show, and you will find more updates on the project page on GitHub, and you can support me or donate me through my link tree link below in the description in the channel, and on the channel itself, and on my GitHub as well. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more updates, and I will see you guys